Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got game 2 of this 2-game series between the Milwaukee Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for game number 2 for the Braves.
Moronville.
We got leading off, playing center field, Hugh Duffy. Batting second, playing second, Bill Sweeney. Batting third, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fourth, playing third base, Eddie Matthews. Batting fifth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left field, Wally Berger. Playing short and batting seventh is Rabbit.
Moronville.
And batting eighth, doing the catching Al Spur. And on the mound, the lefty, batting ninth, Warren Spahn. And let's take a look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Big difference with the lefty on the mound. Leading off, playing shortstop, Marty Morena. Batting second, playing center field is Enos Slaughter. Batting third, playing second base is Roger Hornsby. Batting fourth, playing left field is Stan Musial. Batting fifth, playing right field, Joe Medrick. Batting sixth, playing first base is Johnny Mize. Batting seventh and playing third base is Ken Boyer. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Dale Rice. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is HOWIE POLLET. Let's get down here to St. Louis and get this game started, folks. And Clinton Park joins us here. Yeah, the duck. And you see St. Louis' upcoming schedule after they get done playing the Braves today. They stay at home to play the Reds for 3, and then the hated Cubs come to town. And to lead it off here for the Braves is Hugh Duffy. He's batting .391 on the year. He's got a homer and 10 RBIs. And HOWIE POLLET is on the mound his third game. He's 1-1 with a 7.71 ERA. And here's the pitch to Duffy. And that's going to be a base on balls. Duffy walks on down to first. And right away, the Braves got the leadoff batter aboard here. Yeah, that would have been cool, wouldn't it? Yep. Yep. And now we got Bill Sweeney due up. He's batting .224. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. And the Braves, they're going to do some hit and run here. Do a hit and run here. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And he'll get back. Let's see here. With no problem. And Joe makes the catch out there and right for out number 1. And we got the hammer up now. And Hank Aaron is batting .295 on the year. He's got 6 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. A 34-3. 34-3. Might be fielding column 2. And it is. And let's see, a pull or an S. That's going to be a single in the right field with Mize holding the runner on at first. So Hank drives it through the hole between second and first. And Hank's on with a single. Duffy's down the second. So first and second now for Eddie Matthews. And Eddie's batting .286. He's got 5 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 21. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up. Now it's going to be a pop-up in the shallow right field. And Duffy, let's see here. 6. That'll be a 43. Medrick's arm's a good arm out there. 30. He's going to try to get down the third here. Here's the throw from Medrick, and that'll be a 56 or lower. He's in there, and he's in there, so that'll be a fly ball out the right. The runner will get down the third now. So we got first and third, and 2 outs. And up to the plate steps Joe Adcock, and Adcock has been on fire against these lefties, folks. Joe is batting .360 on the year, but he's batting like .600 against lefties, .643 against lefties. He's been on fire. See if he can keep it up. Batting .360, 7 home runs, and leading the National League with 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he'll go over to first for out number 3. And the Braves strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing. Cardinals sending Morena, Slaughter, and Hornsby up here against Warren Spahn. Marty's batting 0 for 1 on the year. His first start against Warren Spahn, his 4th start of the year. He's 0-1 with a 2.33 ERA. And you can see the Braves are 8-8. They've struck out 65 times, walked 64, have hit 51 doubles and 13 triples. The Cardinals are 4-9. They've struck out 62 times, walked 60 times, hit 31 doubles and 8 triples. And here's the pitch to Marty. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Spahn's first strikeout of the game. 1 up and 1 down. Brings up Enos Slaughter now. And Slaughter batting .269 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Matthews is up with it. Fires over to Adcock for out number 2. And it's up to Hornsby to keep this inning alive, batting .286, 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a comebacker to Spahn. Tosses it to Joe. 1, 2, 3 goes to Cardinals. To the top of the second we go. We got Berger, Marsville, and Spur. And Wally is batting .192, 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Medrick for out number 1. And up to the plate now is the Rabbit. And the Rabbit's batting .312, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes the Rabbit out for out number 2. And we got Mr. Al Spur up now. And Spur's batting .200 on the year. No homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field, I believe. Nope, out to right field. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. To the bottom of the second we go. We got the M's up here. Musial, Medrick, and Mize. Stan the Man's batting a .57 off to a slow start. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sweeney for out number 1. And here comes Joe. See what Joe can do with 1 out and nobody on. And Joe's really struggling. Only batting a .43. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's another ground ball to second and another out. 2 ground balls down to Sweeney, and he converts them into outs. And that brings up Mize. And Johnny is batting .277, 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's a fly ball out to center, so Sweeney doesn't set a record held by many. That'll be out number 3, though. 1, 2, 3 go to Cardinals. To the top of the third we go. We got Spahn due up, and then Duffy and Sweeney. And Spahn's 0 for 6 on the year. And that's going to be against the lefty, 23. That's going to be a ground ball back to Howie. He tosses it over the cat at first. Mize for out number 1. And up to the plate steps Duffy now. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Mize. He makes the play for out number 2. Now it's up to Bill Sweeney here. Get a 2-out rally started. He flew out the right field his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball again. And again, that's going to be out the right. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. To the bottom of the third we go. No score here, folks. We got Boyer, Rice, and Pollett due up. Ken Boyer's batting .417 on the year, folks, with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. And it's going to be a single in the left field. So Ken Boyer gets aboard here with a leadoff base hit. Boyer keeps lighting it up. That brings up Dale Rice. Braves looking for a double play ball out of Dale. Dale is batting .400 on the year. No homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Dale. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Wally and left for out number 1. And that brings up Howie. He's going to try to bunt him over to second, get him in scoring position for Marty. And he is 0 for 5 on the year, Pollett is. And that's going to be a 34. He's going to miss both attempts to bunt. They're going to keep the bunt on the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be bunted foul, and they're going to strike Howie out. He can't get the job done. Now there's 2 outs. The runner still at first for Marty. And Marty, he struck out his first time up. That's going to be against the lefty, a 16. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. See if Boyer can make it down the third here. To roll another dice. And that'll be a 49. And here comes the throw from Hank. And it's a 31. And that'll be a 61 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there. So that's going to be a single in the right. And that'll get the runner down the third. So first and third now in 2 outs. Let's see if the Braves can get out of this without a run scoring. As Enos Slaughter, who had a hell of a game against the Braves in the first game's up to plate. He is 0 for 1 today, though. He grounded out to Matthews first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he'll fire over to first. The Rabbit will, and that'll end the inning. And the Cardinals leave 1. We go to the 4th. It's still nothing. And Philip Reynolds joins us here. And you can see the Braves are batting .266 on the year, .329 on base percentage, .511 slugging, and an .840 OPS. The Cardinals are batting .231, .316 on base, and a .509 slugging and an .822 OPS. And we got the hammer up here now, Hank Aaron. He's 1 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ken Boyer. One of the best fielding third basemen in the game fires over the Mize for out number 1. And here comes Eddie Matthews. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Matthews down at first. And here comes the hot hitting Joe Adcock, folks. And Joe grounded out the second his first time up. Let's see if he can keep this hitting streak going here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Boyer's probably going to go around the horn on this one, folks. Because he is a damn good fielding third baseman. And that's going to be your old 5-4-3 double play. And that ends the inning. To the bottom of the fourth we go. We got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Hornsby, Musial, and Medrick. And Hornsby grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 17. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Duffy. Nice running catch. Robs Rogers of a base hit. Nice play by Duff. One down, and now you got Stan the man up. He grounded out to second his first time up. And not this time. Excuse me. He laces that down the first baseline. And Aaron gets over after it rolls around in foul territory and stands down at second with a 1-out double. And up to the plate now is Joe. Medrick is, excuse me, take a drink here. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. Go ahead runs in scoring position for him. And he blasts this one, folks, against the lefty, 17. And that's going to be a triple in the right field. That's going to score the first run of the ball game. And the Cardinals are up 1-0 with Joe down at third for the big cat, Johnny Mize. And the Braves are going to play the infield in. Mize flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Actually, it's going to be a pop-up back to the mound. And Warren makes the catch for out number 2. And the runner stays put. And Ken Boyer's up. Ken Boyer swinging a hot bat. He singled in the third. And not this time. That's a lazy fly ball out the left. Berger makes the catch. But the Cardinals score 1 on the triple. And lead this game 1-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. Talking about Wally, he's going to lead off this 5th inning, followed by the Rabbit and Spur. And that's a nice hit by Wally. See where this lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So the Braves got the tying run down at second and nobody out. Rabbit deliver, folks, and Rabbits deliver all the time. And the Rabbit's 0 for 1, though. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And the runner will get down the third, though, as he tosses it over to Howie covering. So a productive out by the Rabbit. So now runner's down at third. And with Owl up, they'll bring the infield in. And Spur is 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 16 on an 8. Yep. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third with the infield in. 46 on the 5. Should still be column number 1. Yep. That'll be column number 1. And actually, it's going to be a fly ball in the shallow left. And Boyer makes the catch. And Wally's going to have to stay put at third. So it's up to Warren Spahn to deliver here and tie this game up. Spahn's looking for his first base hit of the year. Grounded out to his counterpart, Howie, his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Spahn strikes out for out number 3. The Braves leave the tying run down at third. To the bottom of the 5th we go. The bottom part of the order due up for the Cardinals, Rice, Pollitt, and then back to the top of the order. And you see the Braves, after getting done this game, they're going to travel to Philadelphia to take on Ken Castro's Phillies. Then after a 3-game series in Philadelphia, they'll take on the stinking Giants in New York. And Dale's 0 for 1, flew out the left. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. So he's hit them to both corners, and both times he's been out. And up comes Howie now. And Howie is 0 for 1, struck out his first time against Spahn. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. That'll be out number 2. And Marty's up for the 3rd time here today. And he's 1 for 2, struck out and singled in the 3rd. And he gets a hold of this one, Marty, showing off the bat here. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And Wally gets over, holds him to a single. So a 2-out single. And Enos Slaughter's up. Slaughter's hitting the ball well against these Braves. In game number 1 of the series, he's 0 for 2 today, though. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a lazy fly in the right field. Hank makes the catch. And the Cardinals strand one. To the top of the 6th we go. It's a 1-run game. Cardinals hanging on to the lead. But the top of the order's due up as Ken joins us here with Duffy, Sweeney, and Aaron. And Duffy's 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Boyer. He fires over to Mize. That's out number 1. Can Bill Sweeney get on here for the big boys coming up? Sweeney's 0 for 2. He's flown out to Joe both times in right field. And that's going to be a against the lefty in 18. And that's going to be a nice play by Marty down at short. Just took a base hit away from Bill. And that's 2 down. It's up to Aaron here to get something going. And Aaron's 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Aaron's aboard here with a 2-out single. And that brings up Eddie Matthews. Can Eddie blast one here and give the Braves the lead? Tyne runs down to 1st. Go ahead runs at the plate. Matthews flown out the right and walk. And that's going to be a fly ball out the deep center, but Slaughter's got room. And that'll end the inning. The Braves go down, stranded 1 runner. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got Hornsby, Musial, and Medrick due up here. And Roger Hornsby's 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And can Hornsby get on with a leadoff hit here? And that's going to be a 17. And that's a nice play by Duffy. Just robbed him of a hit. Duffy, 2 nice plays out there in center field today. There's 1 down. And Stan, the man, comes to the plate. He is grounded out in the 2nd, doubled, and came around to score the only run of the ball game in the 4th. And that's a base on ball. So Musial's down at 1st. And 1 out. Let's see what Joe can do here. Braves are wanting that double play ground ball. And Joe has tripled and drove in the run. Grounded out the 2nd his other time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 17 on a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And the Rabbit makes a nice play. He tosses it over to 2nd. Excuse me, for out number 2. But Joe's speed, they won't double him up. As this a 6-4 put out. So Joe's down at 1st with 2 outs. And Joe is 0 for 2. He has flown out and popped up to the pitcher. Here's the pitch. And that ball is blasted, folks. That ball is high. How far is that one going to travel in the night? Kiss it goodbye. As Johnny Mize goes deep and gives the Cardinals a 3-run lead. It's 3-0 St. Louis. And now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Ken Boyer. And Boyer's 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd, flew out in the 4th. And that's a swing and a miss. So SPAHN bounces back from the home run. but a 2-run shot gives the Cardinals a 3-run lead as we go to the top of the 7th. You got Adcock, Burger, and Rabbit due up. Joe's 0 for 2, grounded out twice, once into a double play, and that's a swing and a miss. So Adcock's cooled down here against Howie. He's got his number right now. And Wally steps up to the plate. Wally doubled back in the 5th. See if he can get a board here again. And that's going to be a 15. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. That'll be 2 down. Braves need a 2-out base hit here from the Rabbit. Get something going. He is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out the first. And he gets a hold of this. The Rabbit's trying to get on board here with 2 outs. And that ball is driven into the gap and left field. And the Rabbit is leading up to his name. He's on fire here. And he's got himself a 2-out triple, folks. How big was that home run now? That could have been a tying run down at third. And now Spurs up now. Spurs 0 for 2. Oh, you're right, Ken. Yep, these stats are starting to add up here, and we're only in the 2nd month of the year. And Spurs 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. Can he deliver here? Yes, he can. Spurs squares this up. How big is that home run? I know I just said that, but darn. And that's going to be a double in right field. And that'll score 1. And the Braves cut the lead to 3-1. And we'll have a pitch hitter for Warren Spahn here. Try to get some more runs on the board here. See who's going to come off the bench. Most of the righties is already in the game. And Bob Elliott's going to come out of the dugout, grab a bat. Elliott phone home. And Bob is 0 for 3 on the year. Let's see if he can drive Al in and make this a 1-run game. Runner down at second, 2 outs. The Braves with 1 run in. Can they get another one here? And that's a fly ball out to Enos Slaughter. And that'll end the inning. Like I say, the Braves do score 1. Cuts the lead to 2. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 3-1 Cardinals. And Vic Wills is going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep us a 2-run game. See what Vic can do here. Where's Vic at? There he is. And this is Vic's 4th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 4.5 ERA. He'll be facing Rice, Pollett, and then back to the top of the order and Marty. And Dell is 0 for 2. He's flown out to both corners, left and right. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rabbit at short. Over to Joe for out number 1. Yeah, that's a good question. The only problem they're going to have is using a 5-man rotation, only getting about 32 starts, Ken, compared to most of them was up in the high 30s. Some of them even pitched 40 games. That'll be what'll hurt some of them from winning 20, is not getting enough opportunities. And Howie's up here to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out to third. And that's a base on balls. You walk the stinking pitcher, Vic, with 1 out. And Marty steps up to the plate now. The runner down at first, an insurance run with a 3-1 lead. He is having a fine game. He struck out in the first, and he singled in the 3rd and 5th. Here's the pitch to Marty, and that's a ground ball down the short. And see if the rabbit can get the double play here. 46 and an 8. That'll be fielding column number 2. Barely fielding column 2. And they'll only get the batter out. He has to fire over to first. So the runner gets in the scoring position. Howie does with 2 outs. Enos Slaughter at the plate. And let's see here against Vic. Do we pitch the Slaughter? I think we do. Slaughter's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out to the right. And it pays off. That's a ground ball back to Vic. Sorry, that's a ground ball down the first. And Adcock's up with it. Tosses it to Vic. And that'll end the inning. To the top of the 8th we go. Braves trailing by 2. They got the top of the order due up here. They got to make some noise, I think, in this inning. Try to scrap at least 1 run across. Bring the tying run to the plate. Duffy's 0 for 2. He singled, grounded out twice. Walked and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a 19. It's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Howie's got it. Tosses it over to first. 1 down. Yeah, exactly, Clinton. You're exactly right. Yeah, some of them did. Yeah. And Sweeney's up. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out the right twice, then grounded out the short. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves got the tying run up to the plate now. And it's Hank Aaron. Can the hammer deliver here in the 8th? This is what the Braves was looking for. He is 2 for 3. He singled in the first and 6th, grounded out in the 4th. And that's going to be against the lefty, 14. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Joe makes a nice play on that. Saved at least a single, maybe a double. And Aaron's out there. There's 2 down. And Matthews comes to the plate. And Eddie, he is 0 for 2. He walked back in the 4th and flown out the right and left. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Nope, he swings and misses. He's got the Y. He struck Eddie out. The Braves strand another. To the bottom of the 8th we go. We got Hornsby, Musial, and Medrick. The 3, 4, 5 hitters, the heart of this lineup. Rogers, 0 for 3. Grounded out once and flown out the center twice. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nice job by Vic. Strikes out Hornsby for out number 1. And stands up now. And Musial's 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 4th. Walked in the 6th and grounded out in the 2nd. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. And Vic's wheeling and dealing here in the 8th to keep this a 2-run game. And here comes the Duck, Joe Medrick. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. He has grounded out the other 2 times. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sweeney at second. He fires over to Joe. 1, 2, 3 goes to Cardinals. We got Adcock, Berger, and the Rabbit due up here. Howie's going to stay in the game. He's got a 5-hit, 1-run game. But if anybody gets on, I think that'll be it. And they got Lindy, the closer, warming up. He struggled a little bit in the 9th inning of the last game, but they're going to go with him if Howie gets in any trouble. Joe is 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice and struck out in the 7th. And that's going to be against a 5. That's going to be a single. And that's a base hit for Joe. Not much speed, but that brings the tying run up to the plate. And that's going to be it for Howie. Howie's going to lead this game in the 9th. with a runner down at first, so he can't lose it. Let's see here. And Lindy's going to come out of the bullpen. And let's see here if Wally's going to bat. That'll be the question. I think Tommy Holmes is coming off the bench. He is. Tommy's coming off the bench to pitch hit for Wally. I'm going to bring the lefty in to face Lindy. Well, first we got to get Lindy in the game. Let's do this in the right order here. First we bring Lindy in. Try to close this game out for the Cardinals. And then we'll pitch hit for Wally with Tommy Holmes. So the tying run at the plate with nobody out. Tommy is batting .282 on the year with no homers and 4 RBIs. Lindy McDaniel comes in the game. His 6th appearance, 1 save with a 6.75 ERA. Here's the pitch to Tommy. And that ball is 2 balls and no strikes. So Lindy are having control problems right away. And that's going to be against a righty, a 20 with a runner down at first. And that's going to be another base hit. Tommy, slow dribbler down the second. And Hornsby charges, fires over the first, but not in time. Tommy beats it out. And now you got the go-ahead run at the plate. And we're probably going to pitch hit here for Marty. Let's see, he's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. Because Dave can always pitch hit for Vic. So we're not worried about that. We can do a double switch. Let's see here. Elliott's already batted. Now we got the lefties in there. Let's see here. And Fred's coming off the bench. So Fred is going to come off the bench here and pitch hit for the Rabbit. First and second and nobody out. Can Fred deliver here? Lindy's struggling again here, folks. He got the job done in game number 1. Can the Braves get to him here in the top of the 9th? Joe down at second, not much speed. Holmes at first, not much speed. And Fred at the plate. And here's the pitch to Fred. He is 143 on the year, no homers and 3 RBIs. And against the righty, with runners on first and second, a 20. And that's going to be a pop-up out in shallow left field. Marty calls for it, makes the catch. And that is a big out number 1. The runners stay put, folks. And Spurs due up here. And I think Dale's going to come off the bench and come in to catch. So Dale's going to come off the bench. And if this game goes into extra innings, he'll stay in the game. So Dale's coming in to pitch hit with the righty on the mound. And Dale's batting 167, no homers and 3 RBIs. Can he be the hero? And that's going to be a 38. And a pass ball at the catcher is a PB0. And he's not. So that's a pass ball, folks. And that just puts the go-ahead run. The tying run down at second. Pass ball, and that gets rid of the double play. They're going to play back. That run at third means nothing. So now it's a 1-0 pitch. Runners on second and third for Dale. A base hit here. I doubt if it ties the game up. It'll probably take a double to tie this game up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And with the defense back, he's going to throw over to first. The runners will advance. That'll be a 6-3 put out. So now you got a runner down at third, 2 outs, and we'll have a pitch hitter here for Vic. The tying run down at third. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And you know what? Dave's going to come off the bench, Bancroft. And if the game stays tied, if they tie it up, Dave's going to stay in the game, batting the 9 spot and play short. So here it is. It's up to Dave Bancroft. Can he deliver here? Where's the switchy at? There's Dave. He'll be batting from the left side here. His worst side. He is batting .234 on the year. No homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. Nice job by Dave. Hits that ball in the right field, and this ball game's tied up. Lindy blows this 3-1 lead, and Dave Bancroft hits an RBI single. And just like that, it's 3-3, folks. The Braves now with a runner down at first for Duffy. And Dave, an F25. Let's see here, an F. Only with 2 outs or behind by 1 or tied in the 7th inning. 2 outs. So Dave's going to try to steal second here. That's going to be a 23, right? Yep, a 23. So 45 or lower, he steals second. He gets in scoring position. He's in scoring position, folks. So that's going to be a stolen base. So he's in scoring position for Duffy now with 2 outs. Can Duffy deliver here and put the Braves in the lead? Duffy's 0 for 3. He has walked, grounded out 3 times. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that might just be it for Lindy. I don't think they can go with him any further. So he's coming out of the game. Let's see who's going to come out. Old Slim Sally's coming out of the bullpen. Let's see if Slim can keep this game tied. As Lindy couldn't get the job done. He blows the save. So Slim comes out of the pen. This is his 6th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 1.86 ERA. You got Dave down at second. Excellent speed. Duffy, great speed at first. Sweeney at the plate. Sweeney's 0 for 3. He's flown out the right twice, grounded out and walked. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornsby at second. He fires over to first. But the Braves score 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's tied up. Okay, here. And Sweet Lou, is he coming in the game? I believe that's who's going to come in the game. Lou Burdett's going to come in the game, like I say. So Tommy's going to stay in the game and play left field. Dave's going to stay in the game. He's going to play short. And Lou's going to come in, and he'll bat in the 7th spot. And Dale's going to stay in and catch. So a whole lot of moving parts here. So as we go to the bottom of the ninth. All right. Lou will be facing Mize, Boyer, and Rice. Johnny's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer back in the sixth to give the Cardinals that 3-1 lead. As you can see, the Braves have scored 94 runs on 29 homers and 1 stolen base. Cardinals have scored 60 runs on 18 homers, 3 stolen bases, and been caught once. And now we got Mize up and Lou, his 5th appearance. He hasn't given up an earned run yet. Here's the pitch from Lou. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Mize for out number 1. Ken Boyer, who's having a damn good game, comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He singled and flown out and struck out. And we dropped the dice. And that's going to be against a righty. That'll make him an 18. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Yep, a fly ball out to center field. Duffy's calls for it, makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. And Dale Rice is up now. And Rice is 0 for 3. He's flown out to the corners and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Dave at short. As soon as you come in the game, the ball's got to find you. And that'll be a 1, 2, 3 ninth. Extras, read all about it. We got the heart of the lineup due up here, 3, 4, 5. Aaron Matthews and Adcock. Hank is 2 and 4. He has singled twice and grounded out and flown out. Can the hammer deliver here, folks? And nope, that's going to be a comebacker. Slim's got it. He tosses it over to Johnny for out number 1. Here's Eddie. Eddie is 0 for 3. He has flown out to the corner, flown out to right and center, struck out and walked in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Slaughter's got it for out number 2. So it's up to Joe Adcock to do something here in the 10th. And Joe's struggling here. He did score, singled and came around the score in the 9th, though. So maybe he's getting hot at the right time in this game. Nope. That's a ground ball down to Boyer. Easy play. And 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. To the bottom of the 10th we go. We got Sally, a pitch hitter will come out for him. And then Marty and Slaughter. So Slim's out of the game. See who's going to come off the bench here. You know what? I think they're going to go with Bottomley. See if he can walk it off. Jim Bottomley is going to come off the bench here, the lefty. I'll tell you one thing. Slim's not a bad hitting pitcher. But we are going to pitch hit for him. Slim says, I can do it, coach. Leave me in. But Jim's coming off the bench here. So, leadoff batter's Bottomley, batting .400 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's a fly ball to deep left. Tommy goes back, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 down here in the 10th. Back to the top of the order now. And Marty is 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Dave's got it for out number 2. So it's up to Old Country in his Slaughter. He is 0 for 4 today. He has grounded out 3 times and flown out the right. And not this time, folks. That's going to be well hit. How far is this ball going to travel? And kiss it goodbye, probably. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Enos Slaughter walks it off for the Cardinals, folks. What a series he had against the Braves. And that is your ball game. A walk-off homer in the bottom of the 10th. Braves lose another heartbreaker, man. Cardinal baseball is right. Man, they're starting to play better now. 2 wins in a row after losing 6 in a row. The Braves are the team they're freaking beating up on, unfortunately. That'll knock the Braves under 500. Take a look here at the box score. Great game, though. Enjoyable game. And this will be the walk-off, I would imagine. Yep, walk-off win for the Cardinals. They give Johnny Mize player of the game. I'd have to give it to Slaughter. And the Cardinals, 4 hits, 4 runs on 7 hits. The Braves, 3 runs, 8 hits. The Braves out-hit them, but couldn't outscore them. Hank Aaron tried. He was 2 for 5. I think he was the only Brave with a multiple hit game. The Braves are 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, left 8 men on base. Marty was 2 for 5. Then, like I say, you had, excuse me, Slaughter 1 for 4 with that homer, folks. Cardinals are only 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. SPAHN pitched a damn good game. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 3, gave up a homer. The long ball cost the Braves. Vic comes in, pitches 2 great innings, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, and poor Lou gives up 1 big pitch. He drops to 0-1, 1 2/3 outing, 1 hit, and then it was a homer, struck out 1. And Howie, he pitches 8 great innings and gets a no decision thanks to Lindy. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 4. Lindy McDaniel, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, blew the save. And Slim comes in, picks up his first win, an inning and a third. Nice job by him. Take a look at the standings now and the leaderboard. So Cardinals trying to dig their way out of last place. And the Giants are a half a game up on Ken Castro's Phillies. The Reds are 2 games back. The Cubbies and Pirates are 2.5. The Braves fall to under 500. They're 8-9 now, 3 games back. Dodgers 4 and the Cardinals are 4.5 games back. And you got 2 Phillies up at the top of the leaderboard in batting average. Klein with a 434 and Ed Delaney with a 392 average. 3 batters tied with 7 homers, Adcock, Lindstrom, and Mays. Joe Adcock leading with 18 RBIs. And Mr. Clark Griffith with a 1.8 ERA. 3 pitchers tied with 3 saves, and Marv with 3 wins. 3 pitchers tied with 3 wins, and Marv with 4 saves on the year. Joe Adcock has now taken over the MVP voting over his teammates, Aaron, Matthews, and Duffy. 4 Braves at the top of that. And Noodles Hahn leading in the Best Pitcher Award. Let's see what the next game will be here. It'll be an American League game. Let's take a look. Let's see who it'll be. And it's going to be the Indians versus the White Sox. Garcia against Canty. That should be a hell of a pitching matchup. And Eddie says you can bet on that. I want to thank Clinton Parks, Ken Castro, Philip Reynolds for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of St. Louis, heading to Chicago to watch that game, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great evening or day, and take care.